All right, so I have a new product I'm gonna open and share with you. I started collecting this Milwaukee quick lock system where you can use the same motor and handle, and then you can swap out attachments. So I already have the string trimmer and the edger attachment, and so this is a pole saw. And so they had made one that was just the pole saw attachment plus a 3-foot extension, and that was like $230. But when I went to, it was time for me to purchase, that was no longer available. So I had to pay $70 more and pay $300 for one that had another motor. So this did not have a battery, it's a tool only. So this was $300 at Home Depot at the time that I bought it. And I figure that this will come in handy because it'll give me an extra motor where I don't have to swap out like my edger and my string trimmer that I use frequently. But we're gonna unbox this, and so this comes with the motor handle, the pole saw attachment, plus the 3-foot extension to the pole saw. So, all right, so we opened the box, took everything out, separated the trash from the product, just so you can see what you're getting. So this is the motor. This is the one that ended up costing me $70 more to get the one with this motor, which I really didn't need because I already have one. But your battery, which does not come with it, will go in right here. Any of these M18 batteries will fit. They just go in like this right here and pop out like that. So batteries are very expensive, but that's why you kind of need to pick a brand and try and stick with it so you can reuse your batteries. So this handle will go on here. We'll install this handle. They give you the hardware, they give you the tool, they give you a shoulder strap with a connector. So that'll all go on here. And then if you were not, this is your 3-foot extension, which you don't have to use, but I'm definitely gonna need it for what I'll be doing. So if you didn't want that, you could just put your pole saw on this quick lock right here, and then that's how long your saw would be. But if you wanted it to be more like 10 feet long, you would put this extension in like this, and then this onto there, and then that gives you a 10-foot pole saw. So just one quick note, this does not come with any chain oil. Looked in the directions, all it said was buy a high quality chain oil. So you fill that up right here, and then the one pole saw I had years ago would leak oil out, and that's the one complaint I read about on this online, and the response from Milwaukee was you're not supposed to store it with oil. So you might be better off putting oil in this, using it. Keep an eye on it that it doesn't go below the low mark before you add more, and then when you're done with the job, just empty it back out into the container, and that way when you store it you won't leak oil all over. This did come with a chain already on it, so hopefully it'll be adjusted and ready to use. There were some instructions on how to adjust it here, and so this is what you get. So you might just, if you go to the store to get one, go ahead and pick yourself up some oil while you're there. I wish I would have done that. So this is helps get rid of some branches that you've cut, but they're kind of hanging on in the tree. This is not sharp, it's not meant to cut. It's meant to use the saw to grab a branch and pull it down to the ground. So that's kind of nice. These get great reviews, as do most all Milwaukee products. I've had very good luck with them. All right, so to put this handle on, I've got it upside down right now so that I could see what I was doing. But it was easier for us to put the screws in from the bottom, and this didn't really clear this to wind it. So I got a size 4 metric that was a little longer so that I could tighten those and get them started. Grab the nut. So they give you 2 of these, half circle metal brackets. So one of them lays inside the plastic handle to wrap around this side, and then this one goes on that side. All right, so you can get these started. Make sure when you turn it over that it's centered where you want it. It tells you where to put it, but just make sure that it's level, and then turn it back over and tighten these up. So that handle is on. So now the only other thing we have is the strap. So this strap, some people don't use this. I find that it's good to have. It's a little awkward to use sometimes, but it can take pressure off of your neck and your back, sort of distribute the load. So they've already got this tightened down, so gotta loosen it. This takes a 10mm socket. You can either use a socket, or I've got one of these hex drivers. I'm just gonna hold it, loosen this. Somebody put that on there pretty good. Okay, so you can see, got the clamp, and then you got this thing for the strap that's got to go in it. So we're going to take that screw all the way out. Okay, so gonna put this through the screw, then I'm gonna catch this, then I'm gonna catch that. Okay. A better way, if I'd have thought of this before I did all this, probably could have taken this off and slid this on without, because it kind of spread apart when I had to spring it on there. Kind of made it separate, so it's going to be under some tension now. So yeah, it's going back easy though. I want to line it up so it's straight up and down for me to use the strap, and then I want it, looking at my other one I want it, about this far in between here and there. That's what works for me as far as where I keep my strap. I use this strap, if I was just doing something for a few seconds, I may not, but every time I string trim, every time I edge, I use this strap to take the weight off my body. Kind of spread it around, and okay, so this moves freely. I want to basically tighten it up as much as I can and still have that move freely. So I'm just gonna barely move it, barely loosen. Yep, that's good. So that strap is on, and so now this is ready to go. All right, so again, this did not come with any chain oil, so while you're picking yours up, you might want to just pick some up while you're at Home Depot or wherever you get yours. I just went to the local hardware store, got this Steel brand Barn chainsaw lubricant. This was $10 for a quart. Probably gonna last many years. You can use a funnel, but as I said earlier, you run into problems of it leaking if you leave it in there when it's not in use. So I plan to put oil in it, use it, and then take all the oil out and put it back in this bottle instead of a funnel, and dealing with the awkwardness of pouring it out of this piece here with the oil reservoir on it. I'm just going to use this fluid extractor. It's like a big syringe to both put the oil in there and to take it out and put it back here. I'll put links in the description. I use this all the time for automotive usage. So what we're gonna do is just real quickly show you how easy this quick lock system works. On the Milwaukee website, you'll see all sorts of quick lock attachments they have. This is the third one I have. So I have the string trimmer, the edger, and now the pull saw. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm not sure I'm gonna need this 3-foot extension on the first tree I'd look at, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the extension on. I can always take it off if I want. So you wanna hear that click. And then once it clicks, you tighten up this plastic nut just to kind of secure it. So you wouldn't have to use that extension. You could just have put this pull saw right on there, but this is just the extension, so it's got the same thing here. Got the arrow on top. Okay, I heard it click. I'm gonna tighten that. We're gonna go ahead, now that we have it on here and our chain is stable and isn't gonna rotate on us. Now we'll go ahead and add our chain oil. So it's got 2 marks on here, full and needs more down there. So they want you to keep it above the minimum and below the maximum. So I just put this in here. Draw some up. I don't know how much I'm gonna need. And I'll just put it in. Okay. Okay. It's not bad. I have one little drip right here. All right, so I'm just gonna set this aside till we're done. Then these were my tools. They came with that. Need to put these in a bag. I usually put these in like a quart sandwich bag. It's got a heavy duty zipper on it, and I'll write on it with a permanent marker what it came with, because when you start to get tools, you won't remember which one it goes to. So I just label it on the bag. I got this battery. You could use smaller batteries. I just went ahead with the biggest one I have, the 8.0. But I'm sure a 5.0 would last quite a while on this. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the guard here so I don't have to keep track of it. We'll go see what this will do. All right, I'm gonna get these branches that are hitting my roof first. All right, we'll clean this up. All right, for this backyard tree, the length is going to be a detriment, so I'm going to eliminate the 3-foot extension. So first thing I'm going to do is loosen up the saw, and then I'm going to hit this button right here and slide that out, and then just let it sit there. Same thing down here. I'm going to loosen up this nut right here. I'm going to hit this button in and pull this out. I'm going to set this 3-foot extension aside. Hold this up, line this up, put that in, hear it click, and spin this nut right here. Tighten it up, hand tight. Good to go. So all I'm really trying to do today on those other branches, I was just trying to get those branches off my house. This one, I try to get where I can mow under it without worrying about getting hit. So I always kind of look at where these branches come from, figure out what to cut. So I think I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this big one, because this branch here is everything right here that's in my way. So I'm gonna start there, and then for some of these other nuisance branches, I don't want to go back all the way and get the big branch. I'll just come up and get some of the little branches, and because it's easier to cut it when it's in the air, I'm gonna go ahead and make some small cuts and work my way back. I'll start there. Really takes some weight off of it too. Even though the 3-foot extension doesn't weigh a lot, it puts the weight of the chain way back towards you, so it's a lot easier to handle. I need to tighten up this strap because it's really not helping me much. I need to get it closer to my body. You can see that's a decent sized branch right there. Cut right through that, no problem. It'll go through, you know, I would say at least a 4-inch branch, and it'd probably do more than that. Okay, so that's the majority. Now I'm looking at like this little branch right here. Get rid of that one. These aren't too bad right now. One's over here. This one just looks kind of sloppy right here. These ones are kind of growing off the side. It's heavy with water right now, so they're hanging as low as they will right now. When it dries, they may go up just a little bit. Like stuff like this, I wouldn't want to go back on the branch, but I might just, you know, just go up to like right here. Get rid of that. Stuff that like this right here. It can hit my head. Alright, so this is everything that we trimmed off this backyard tree. So we're going to go ahead and clean it up now, but very satisfied with the performance of the pole saw. Alright, so we were able to give you a good idea of what this does, and you can see that it hardly used any oil, but it did use a little bit. This was the high level right here, and it's just, you know, 1/4 inch below it. So the other reason I like using the syringe to get the oil out of here is I want to keep the sawdust out of there, and so I can just put this syringe right in there and then just do my best to pull that oil out as much as possible. You'll pay for itself the first time you use it to avoid paying someone else to do it, and can keep you safe from working on a ladder and having a fall or something like that. So if you take care of it, keep oil in it, should last a long time. All right, so I'm going to clean this up before I store it, get all that junk off there, and put the cover on and all that, take it apart and store it. And just so you know, could have easily used a small battery for that. This battery is still showing a full charge. So definitely the 5.0 batteries that are probably the most popular size, and then even one of the smaller like 2.0 batteries or something would probably be fine for just cutting a few small branches. So I hope that's been helpful for you, just seeing how it works and everything. So thank you for watching. Please check the video description.